I want to give you all a big hello and welcome back to my kitchen, The Sweet Spot. I am filled with love. Well, I'm always filled with love, but especially today because we're making a treat that you can share on that special day. You know what I'm talking about. It's the one day a year that you go over the top to show that person you care for how much you love them and care for them, and that is Valentine's Day. But a tip from me to you, you should do something for 365 days a year to show that person you care for, you really appreciate them. But today is the day where most of us expected, or you want to do something just to show you're acknowledging the day. So I have a very simple and easy recipe I'm going to share with you today that packs a big bite. It shows I love you, and it's with one of my loves, which you know is chocolate. We're gonna make some chocolate truffles. I'm gonna flavor a few so that we can mix it up, but it's a great, easy way to show the person that you made something with your hands and you really love them, and every bite they take, they'll feel that love and that silky smooth chocolate. So let me stop talking because we're gonna get into it next on The Sweet Spot. Like many things, chocolate truffles look like they would be difficult to make. They're so delicate and flavorful. It just looks like someone took a lot of time. I'm going to show you a very simple chocolate truffle recipe, and it's a very limited ingredient, so anyone can make this recipe. You do not have to be a baking expert to make it. It's basically chopped baked chocolate. So I'm gonna tell you what type of chocolate I use, heavy whipping cream and vanilla. And then if you want to add flavoring or if you want to coat it in some special toppings, which you'll see later. That's it. Very simple, right? The big secret is the heavy cream and how you warm it up. So I have a medium saucepan, and we're gonna warm up some heavy cream. Before we do that, when you look at the recipe that I have stated is for a full batch of just regular chocolate truffles. We're gonna make peanut butter chocolate truffles, and we're gonna make bourbon chocolate truffles. So you're gonna see me split up the ingredients, and I'll tell you how much I'm splitting up to make each batch. But the reason I'm doing that is because I wanted to, if you just want to make a standard chocolate truffle and not go through all the kind of flavoring, I wanted to give you the full recipe. So I'm going to start by making our standard chocolate truffle. And the first thing we need to do is warm up the heavy cream. So I'm going to put my saucepan on medium high here and then add my cream. You don't have to warm the cream up for a long time. You're not bringing this whipping cream or heavy cream up to a roaring boil. You want it to come to a simmer where it starts to form little bubbles around the sides. And when we get to that stage, I'm gonna show you what it looks like inside of my pot. As you can see, my cream has come to a simmer. You can see there's little bubbles forming around the outside. It's not a roaring boil, so you don't see bubbles like bubbling up, but you could see it simmering on the side. So now we're gonna actually take this off the heat and add it to our chocolate. So we're gonna remove the cream from the burner, and then we're just gonna pour it over our chocolate. And then start to whisk. And while I whisk this together, just to really get that chocolate to melt and make that ganache. And the reason I'm saying ganache is because the inside of a truffle is basically a chocolate ganache. But you want to use high quality chocolate. I use bittersweet chocolate, and I like to use the bars versus the chips just because you can get them at 60 to 70% chocolate, and then they create such a smooth, silky texture, and they firm up beautifully, but when you bite into it, you get that silky, kind of smooth chocolate. So just beating that. So in this one, this is the traditional chocolate truffle. So it's just the basic ganache. To that, we're gonna add our vanilla. So I had cream, chocolate, and now vanilla. And that's how simple a chocolate truffle is until we add the outside coating. That's when the magic happens. So the cream is coming to a simmer for our peanut butter truffle. What I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to take out half of that ganache. And it doesn't matter that this is a bigger bowl. You do want it to cool fairly quickly. And then just save the remainder of that. Actually, I'm gonna put a little bit more back in because I want a little bit more of those bourbon truffles. And all I need to do is take the bourbon and add to that ganache mixture and just whip that together. All right, and then for these two, I need to cover with plastic. Now, the trick with covering these with plastic is you don't cover just the top. You actually put the plastic down into the bowl. Let me move this bowl aside. What is with me today? I'm blocking your view. And just press the plastic down into there. I think I'm so excited that we're making chocolate. Something with chocolate truffles. I get excited and a little bit zealous, and I'm full of love today as well. So as you can see, I pressed the plastic wrap, touching the top of that ganache. We're gonna let this firm up in the refrigerator for about 2 to 3 hours until it's firm. So we're gonna set that one aside. I'm gonna put plastic wrap over this one, and then we're gonna mix our peanut butter truffles. On to the peanut butter chocolate truffles. The heavy cream is almost at simmer, so right before that comes to a simmer, I wanna add that peanut butter to my chocolate. And in this one, I don't add extra vanilla or anything else because that peanut butter has such a great flavoring. My cream is ready. I'm gonna turn it off. Have my whisk ready, and then we're gonna pour that heavy cream right over that chocolate and peanut butter and start whisking. This one may take a little bit more muscle because you have that extra stiffness from the peanut butter, but it works just as well and whips up just as nice. So just keep whisking until all of that chocolate melts and you get this silky smooth ganache left behind. The peanut butter chocolate ganache is nice and smooth, so this one is also ready to be covered with plastic wrap and placed in the refrigerator. And once again, remember, we're gonna let these set for 2 to 3 hours. If you wanna make it the day before, let them set up overnight and come back and form your truffles. That's perfectly okay. But I'm gonna get these in the refrigerator so I can hurry up and show you how to make the truffles. It is now time to construct our truffles. I'm so excited. So with clean hands, because we don't want to give anybody any extra flavoring, we just want to stick with the chocolate. So with clean hands, we're gonna form our truffles. A couple of tools you do need. So I removed my my chocolate ganache from the refrigerator. It firmed up nicely. You can get these anywhere. I got mine from that mega store that we all get packages from every single day, starts with an A. A 2 teaspoon scoop, not tablespoon, teaspoon, because we're making smaller truffles. They're meant to be bite size. So a 2 teaspoon scoop, like a little ice cream scoop, and also a little ice pack. This is optional. This helps your hands stay cool because as you start to mold and shape the truffles, your body heat can start to melt or break down all the ganache we just firmed up. So you're gonna take and form balls with your scoop, cool hands, and then we're gonna put it into our topping. So this is my standard chocolate truffle recipe. And I actually wanna do that one with a coating of cocoa powder. I like to use the special dark cocoa powder because it gives that little bit of bitterness with that rich velvety chocolate. Oh, tastes so good. And then I'm gonna use my other toppings from my other flavors. So I know which flavor is which. If it was all just regular chocolate ganache, I would rotate it. So to get started, you just take your scoop and you go in there and you scoop a ball out. Mine is nice and firm. I'm so happy with how firm it is. See, cool hands, almost forgot. I'm gonna chill my hands a little bit. Then I take that scoop into my hand, roll it around, and create the ball. It melts really fast if you're in your hand, as you can see. So then I just take that and I'm just gonna kind of move that around in the cocoa powder and have a little truffle. And we're gonna put that on our sheet and then get into another one. It's melting very quickly. So we're gonna go ahead and get that into our cocoa powder. All right, and I'm gonna finish up with the standard and then come back and show you how I coat my flavored ones with some chopped pecans and some chocolate sprinkles. Nice, I'm cool. As I cool my hands down, I think I've melted my ice pack. As you can see, I finished my standard or just plain chocolate truffles. I coated them in the cocoa powder. Now we're gonna move on to the bourbon chocolate truffles, and we're gonna coat those in some finely chopped pecans. And I'm noticing my scooper is not working as well. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my fingers, forming that ball, and then using my palms to kind of shape it and warm it up. And then I'm just taking those finely chopped pecans. And as you notice, I'm just pressing them into my truffle with my hand and just getting a nice coating all around. And what I like about having chopped pecans is you get some finely chopped pieces, some bigger pieces, but when you bite into that, you're gonna have that nice crunch along with that chocolate. All right, you can see we have this one complete. And then we're gonna go in and do another one. I'm going to finish up my bourbon truffles, and then we're gonna move on to our peanut butter. Oh, hi! I told you this was messy. I got chocolate all over me, so I needed to clean it up. But let's recap what we've done. We took the scoop, the teaspoon, not tablespoon, teaspoon scoop, scooped our ganache out, formed it into a ball, and then did our topping. We did one with cocoa powder, which was the regular chocolate truffle flavor. And then with the chopped pecans, we did the chocolate bourbon truffle. And to finish off with the peanut butter, I did them in chocolate sprinkles just to distinguish the flavors. But if they were all just the standard chocolate truffle, it would still look beautiful having all these different toppings. So what I need to do now is I need to put these back in the refrigerator. I'm gonna put them in there for about 20 to 30 minutes just so they firm up again and get cool. I could probably eat one now, but it may melt too fast. I do want that ganache to firm up a little bit so I get that silky smooth, kind of creamy inside. So we're gonna throw these in the refrigerator. I'm gonna come back and show you what they look like and tell you what they taste like. This is my favorite and saddest part of the video because one, I get to taste the delicious desserts, but two, it's the end of my time with all of you. But don't worry, I'll be back. I am just putting my truffles into these little cups. If you want to be fancy, you can get these little truffle or mini, I just type in search truffle, chocolate truffle cups, and these come up, but they're really just mini dessert cups. They look like cupcake cups, but they're just tiny size. If you want to be fancy, sometimes I like to be fancy, so I put mine in a little foil cup. You know, Got to do something. All of my friends who know me are like, yep, that's him. But anyway, we're at the end of my video. We get to taste the chocolate truffles and see how delicious they have come out. And I'm like, which one do I want to taste? Do I want to taste the chocolate peanut butter, the regular chocolate truffle, or the chocolate bourbon truffle with that pecan coating? Do you know which one I'm gonna pick? I know some of you do. Ta-da! Because you know I love pecans, I love chocolate, and I love bourbon. So you should have known I was gonna choose this one. So let's bite in, and I'm gonna tell you, not show you, but tell you how delicious this tastes. Oh my God. That is so good. And look at the inside, so smooth, rich chocolate, but that bourbon flavor with the dark bittersweet chocolate, and then you get that oakiness from the bourbon. Sorry, Alexa, this is not your video. But as I was saying, see? But as I was saying, it's that bourbon mixed with those pecans and that creamy chocolate. And no, I'm not gonna edit out Alexa because I think it's hilarious that she's trying to bite in on my video. But anyway, thank you all for watching. So glad you were here. Come back and see me. Hit like, subscribe. I have more to come. Lots more chocolate recipes coming your way. Pecan recipes, sweet potato, you name it. If there's something you want to see me make, please comment, send me a message. Some of you have sent me messages. I'm researching your recipes now. I can't wait to see you next time, but I need to get into these truffles because I do want to taste the peanut butter truffle. So I'm going to let all of you go, and I will see you next time right here on the Super Spot.